You are a comms tech on Darkside moon base. Your job is listening to the empty spaces. You monitor the deep black for pirates. You watch for solar flares and stray asteroids. Mostly, you listen to static. Miles and miles of glorious, unending static. It is the loneliest job in the system, and you love it. But tonight, something is different. The static has a pulse. It is not machine-made. It is not the hum of your station's life support. It is something else entirely. A low thrumming that seems to vibrate in your bones. A rhythm hiding beneath the hiss of the void. You strip away the layers of interference. You filter out the distant sun's chatter. You remove the echo of Jupiter's storms. And there it is, clearer now, a beat, a soft, steady heartbeat in the silence of space. It feels ancient. It feels alive. Every instinct screams that this is impossible. You check the logs. You run diagnostics. All systems report normal. No other station hears it. Just you. Just your channel. A private message from the universe. The sound is a whisper that tickles your mind. It seems to pull you toward the source, a place on the lunar surface you know well, a place everyone is forbidden to go. The signal is a ghost in your headphones. It leads you out of the comm station. It pulls you toward the airlock. The Darkside has rules for a reason. Its surface is treacherous and largely unmapped. Command calls it the mare incognitum, the unknown sea, a place where rescue is not an option. But the sound persists. It is a siren's call made of starlight and dust. You suit up. Your hands move on autopilot. You check your oxygen levels. You seal your helmet. The base commander's warnings echo in your memory. Certain death, he'd called it. Still, you press the cycle button for the outer door. You step onto the lunar surface. The silence here is absolute. The Earth is a beautiful blue marble that never rises. You are truly alone on the far side of the moon. But you are not alone. The rhythm is still in your head. It is stronger out here. A steady pulse guiding your steps across the gray wasteland. You walk for hours. The signal is your only compass. It leads you away from the safety of the base. It guides you into the heart of the forbidden zone. The landscape grows strange. The dust gives way to jagged, crystalline formations, rocks that glitter with an unnatural light. Everyone was wrong. This is not a place of death. It is a place of secrets. Your suit's proximity sensor beeps. Something is buried beneath your feet. The signal in your head is a roar now. It is a song that vibrates through the soles of your boots. You drop to your knees. The fine gray dust is cool against your gloves. You begin to dig. Your heart pounds in your chest. It does not take long. Your fingers brush against something hard and smooth. It is not rock. It is polished and cold. You clear away more of the moon dust. You uncover the source of the impossible sound, a shard of pure black crystal. It is shaped like a blade, thin and impossibly sharp. It is an artifact, no doubt about it. It hums with a silent power. The surface absorbs all light. It is a piece of night given solid form. The rhythm emanates from its core, a steady, living pulse that has waited here for eons. It seems to recognize you. It seems to know you are coming. You lift it from its resting place. It is heavier than it looks. The hum grows stronger in your grasp. It is not just a sound anymore. It is a feeling, a sense of immense age and deep patience. You have found something that should not exist, something left behind by hands that were not human. You stare at the alien artifact. The crystal blade feels warm in your gloved hand now. It is singing to you, a song without notes, a melody made of pure thought. You feel a strange compulsion, a need to understand its purpose, to know the mind that created it. You press your helmet against the crystal's flat surface. It is a foolish, dangerous impulse. But the pull is too strong to resist. The moment you make contact, the universe explodes in your mind. It is not a sound. It is a flood. Thoughts that are not your own pour into you. Images of star science beyond human grasp. Feelings of a journey that lasted for ages. You see galaxies born and die. You witness empires of light rise and fall. You feel the crushing loneliness of a traveler, a being that has crossed unimaginable distances. The crystal is not a weapon. It is a memory, a library of a life lived among the stars. The knowledge is overwhelming. It threatens to shatter your sanity. But beneath the torrent of information, there is a single, clear emotion, a feeling that anchors you. It is a sense of waiting, of profound and terrible patience. The monolith has been sleeping. It has been dreaming of other skies. And your touch, your simple human touch, is the dawn it has awaited. The crystal blade in your hand changes. The deep blackness begins to glow. A soft, internal luminescence pulses from its core. The song in your mind intensifies. It is no longer a gentle hum. It is a clear and powerful note. A single, pure tone that resonates with the very fabric of space. A beam of light erupts from the crystal's tip. It is not a laser. It is a solid column of white energy. It shoots upward from the moon's surface. It tears through the void like an arrow. A beacon aimed at the endless dark between galaxies. You have just activated an interstellar lighthouse. You stumble back, shielding your eyes. The light is blinding. It paints the gray dust in stark white and black. The monolith is screaming now, a silent, piercing shout that travels faster than light. It is a signal that says, "I am here." It is a flare fired into the cosmic night. You know with absolute certainty, something has heard it. Something far away. Something that was listening for this exact call. The waiting is over. The silence has been broken. You look up at the unblinking stars. You feel like the smallest creature in the universe. And you know you have just made a very, very big mistake. Or maybe you have just fulfilled a destiny you never knew you had. The beacon fades as quickly as it appeared. The crystal in your hand returns to its silent, black state. The song in your head is gone. The lunar surface is quiet once more. For 3 days, nothing happens. You report a sensor malfunction. You hide the crystal in your quarters. You try to pretend it was a dream, a hallucination brought on by solitude. But on the 4th day, they arrive. There is no warning. No flash of engines, no sonic boom. One moment, the space above the moon is empty. The next, it is filled. They are ships, but not like any ships humanity has ever conceived. They are silent visitors, perfect geometric shapes that blot out the stars. A massive cube hangs in orbit. A pyramid of polished obsidian drifts beside it. A dodecahedron of impossible size rotates slowly. They are mountains of cold, perfect angles. They do not have visible windows or engines. They absorb all sensor scans. They are holes in reality. They just are. Panic erupts on every channel. Earth sees them. Mars sees them. Every colony and station in the system is screaming. The silent visitors do not respond. They simply hold their positions. A fleet of silent gods, looking down upon a world that suddenly seems very fragile. You know this is your fault. You were the one who lit the fuse. Humanity does what humanity does best. It shouts. Political leaders from every nation on Earth demand answers. They broadcast messages of greeting. They follow up with messages of stern warning. They send threats of unimaginable retaliation. The sheer amount of talking is impressive. It's a wonder the visitors aren't bored to death. The United Earth fleet is scrambled. Sleek destroyers and massive carriers move into defensive formation. They are proud ships, the pinnacle of human engineering. They look like toys next to the geometric titans. A child's angry fist raised against a mountain. Still, they hold their ground, a testament to human courage, or maybe just stubbornness. The silent visitors do not seem to notice. They do not acknowledge the greetings. They do not react to the threats. They ignore the fleet arrayed before them. They just hang in the silence. Their indifference is more terrifying than any declaration of war. They are not here to talk. They are not here to fight. You watch the feeds from your comms station. You see the leader's posture and the general's plan. They are all missing the point. You held the crystal. You felt the memory within it. This is not an invasion. It is something else. Something older and far more complicated. But no one will listen to a lone tech on the dark side. They are too busy shouting into the silence. Then, the visitors act. It is not an attack. It is something far stranger. A single point of light appears on the massive cube. It shines with the intensity of a small sun. The light expands. It stretches and weaves itself into a net, a web of shimmering energy that expands outward. It moves with impossible speed. The net of light washes over the Earth fleet. The human ships are unharmed. It passes through them as if they were ghosts. It continues its journey. It sweeps past the moon. It envelops the entire planet. And then it stops. A glowing cage of starlight now surrounds your world. Earth is a bird in a gilded cage. All communication with the outside is gone. The colonies on Mars and the Belt are cut off. The long-range telescopes see only a wall of light. Humanity is trapped, isolated from the rest of the universe. The panic turns to dread. This is not a prelude to war. This is quarantine. They have put you in a jar. The starlight barrier hums with a low energy. It is beautiful and terrifying. It proves how outmatched humanity truly is. The visitors created this cage without any apparent effort. They have all the power. They could wipe out the fleet with a thought. But they do not. They just wait. Their silent patience is the real weapon. It is chipping away at humanity's resolve. You look from the cage of light to the crystal in your hand. The visitors are not talking to the leaders or the generals. They are waiting for someone else. They are waiting for you, the one who holds the key, the one who heard their first faint whisper across the void. You retreat to your quarters. The world outside is panicking. The military is planning a futile attack on the barrier. The politicians are trying to negotiate with an enemy that will not speak. You ignore them all. You must focus on the crystal, the object that started all this. It lies on your workbench, a silent slice of midnight. You close your eyes. You remember the feeling of its song, the flood of memories, the overwhelming sense of a long journey. You try to hear it again. You filter out the noise of your own fear. You listen to the silence within your own mind. And slowly, a whisper returns. It is not the loud broadcast from before. It is something much softer. It is no longer just a rhythm. It is a pattern, complex and layered. There are rises and falls. There are pauses and repetitions. Your training as a comms tech kicks in. You recognize the structure. The whispers are not random noise. They are a language, a complex emotional language that speaks in feelings instead of words. You work for days without sleep. You map the patterns. You assign emotional values to the different resonances. A sharp, high pulse means fear. A long, low wave means sorrow. A complex spiraling pattern is a question. You realize the truth. The signal you found, the beacon you ignited, it was not a call for conquest. It was a plea for help. You hold the crystal. You focus your thoughts. You try to push back against the whispers, not with noise, but with your own feelings. You project calm. You project curiosity. You try to ask a question without words. Who are you? The crystal in your hand grows warm. The whispers change. They coalesce into a single, powerful image in your mind. The image is of a world, a planet of crystal cities under a binary sun. You see the inhabitants, tall, slender beings made of living light. They move with grace and purpose. Their society is one of perfect harmony, a civilization that has mastered energy and thought. It is a vision of paradise. Then, the vision shifts. A shadow falls over their world, a creeping, formless darkness that consumes stars, a hungry void that devours life and light. You feel the aliens' terror. You feel their desperation as they flee their dying galaxy. They are not conquerors. They are refugees, the last survivors of a great and ancient race. The monoliths are not warships. They are lifeboats, arks carrying the memory and essence of their people. They have been drifting for millions of years, searching for a safe harbor, searching for a quiet place to endure. The crystal you hold is a key, a device to awaken a single sleeper to scout a new home. But they awoke to a world already teeming with loud, frightened life. The barrier of light is not a cage. It is a shield, a way to keep humanity's chaotic noise from attracting the thing that hunts them, the thing they call the Great Silence. Their silence is not hostility. It is fear. They are hiding. They are terrified that our broadcasts will lead the Star Eaters straight to this system, straight to their last hope for survival. You now hold the key to their mind. You understand their language of feeling. You must find a way to speak back. You have to tell them you understand. You have to tell them they are not alone. You work against the clock. The human fleet is preparing to attack the barrier. They think it is their final stand. You must stop them. You have the language. You have the key. Now you need a transmitter. The crystal itself can broadcast. But you need to shape the signal. You need to send a single, clear message. A message that both the aliens and humanity can understand. You jury-rig your station's comms array. You bypass every safety protocol. You are about to commit treason on a system-wide scale. You hold the crystal to the broadcast dish. You close your eyes and focus. You remember the vision of their home. You feel their sorrow. You feel their fear. But you push another feeling into the crystal. A feeling that is purely human. A simple, powerful concept. Hope. You shape it into a simple pattern. A resonance of peace. You broadcast a single word of peace. Not in English, not in any human tongue, but in their language of pure emotion. A pulse of empathy. A signal that says, "We see you. We do not fear you. We will help you." The signal shoots from your dish. It strikes the massive cube hanging in the void. For a long moment, there is only silence. The human fleet continues its countdown. The generals are making their final speeches. Then, the cube responds. One of its flat black faces ripples. Light shimmers across its surface, and a single colossal ship detaches from the main body. It is a perfect sphere of white light. It begins to move, not toward the fleet, but toward the moon, toward you. The generals on Earth see the sphere approaching the moon. Their screens show it heading for your station. They think it is an attack. They believe you are the first casualty in a war that will end everything. They do not see the grace in its movement. They do not feel the message it sends back, a message of cautious acceptance, a single word in their language, gratitude. The United Fleet is a breath away from attacking. Their weapon systems are fully charged. The countdown has reached its final minute. Thousands of missiles are ready to fly. Thousands of energy cannons are primed to fire on the barrier. They believe this is humanity's last, desperate stand. A blaze of glory against an invincible foe. You have to reach them. You have to make them listen. The sphere of light is almost to your position. It has not shown any hostile intent. It is waiting for your next move. You have one last, desperate chance. You must seize control of the entire human communications network. It is an impossible task, but you have a key the network designers never dreamed of. You link the alien crystal to your comms panel. You let its star science flow into the human network. The alien logic is infinitely more advanced. Firewalls and security codes melt away like snow. You become a ghost in the machine. You are everywhere at once. On the bridge of every warship, in the command centers on Earth, in every speaker on the planet. You have seized the main channel. The countdown stops. The angry speeches are cut short. There is only your voice. You do not shout. You do not plead. You simply tell them what you have learned. You broadcast the truth on a stolen channel. You tell them about the great silence. You tell them about the refugees. You tell them the cage is a shield. There is a moment of stunned silence across the system. The generals listen. The politicians listen. The truth of your words resonates. It is too strange, too vast to be a lie. You can feel their disbelief warring with a dawning understanding. You have given them a reason to pause, a reason to hope for something other than a glorious death. The sphere of light has stopped outside your station. It waits patiently. As if to confirm your words, the sphere projects an image. It is not for you alone. It is for all of humanity to see. It floods the comms network. It appears on every screen. A vision from the alien mind. They show you the truth. They show you their enemy. It is a being of pure entropy. A darkness that unmakes reality. You see it swallow their sun. You see it erase their crystal cities. It does not hate. It does not conquer. It simply feeds on existence. The aliens finally show you their deepest fear. The reason for their long silence. The vision is a testament to their loss. It is the most profound story of survival humanity has ever witnessed. The great geometric ships are not just lifeboats for their people. They are tombs. They carry the last echoes of trillions of souls. They are not conquerors. They are the last survivors of a war against the end of everything. They are guardians of a memory that must not be forgotten. The generals on the warships lower their weapons. The politicians on Earth are silent. The shared vision has united them in a way no threat ever could. The fear of the unknown is replaced by a new, more terrible understanding. This is not about Earth. This is about life itself. The choice is no longer to fight or surrender. It is to help or to hide. The barrier of starlight remains, but its meaning has changed. It is no longer a cage. It is a shelter, and humanity is now inside it with the last children of a distant star. The human fleet turns. Its ships take up new positions. They form a defensive ring around the silent visitors, a thin line of human steel protecting the ancient arcs. You have not just prevented a war. You have forged an unexpected alliance. You step out of the comm station. Your work is done. The sphere of pure white light hovers before you. It pulses with a soft, warm energy. It is a thank you. It is a promise. Two races, one young and loud, one ancient and silent, now face the dark together. Humanity has a new purpose. No longer content to simply explore the stars. Now, you must help guard them. The silent visitors will teach you their star science. Humanity will teach them how to hope again. The whispers on the Darkside moon have fallen silent. They have been replaced by the first words of a new galactic dawn. And you, a lonely comms tech, are its first ambassador.